Hello everyone and welcome back to Clarify. You probably know what MQTT is and what it stands for, but did you know that Clarify integrates with MQTT? Let's go and have a chat with some of my brilliant colleagues and explore what our support for this ubiquitous, lightweight protocol is all about.
All right, so question one.
Yeah.
What's MQTT?
So basically MQTT is kind of a middle layer for transferring data between multiple systems.
So it defines how you can send messages from devices over the internet to a broker. And that's kind of a key word as well, the broker. So MQTT consists of a broker and several clients. And the clients can connect to the broker, send messages, and also receive messages.
Oh, and do you know what MQTT stands for?
Oh my God, I saw this earlier on.
Oh, come on. Message queuing telemetry. No,
It's something with transfer, transmits. Am I into something?
You're close.
It's message queuing telemetry transport. Yeah, it's not that long since I heard it. So
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone refers to it by its I don't even know if it's still an acronym or if it's just taken a life on its own.
Why is it important for our end customers?
Yeah, today a lot of devices come with built-in MQTT support. So for our end customers and for our system integrators, it's really easy to just turn on MQTT and point that device to our broker. And if the end users use one of our defined messaging formats, the data will just appear in Clarify.
And why do system integrators care about MQTT?
Right, so that's again, it's just the previous answer, just more of it. So they have a ton of different stuff they want to connect, right? And you typically don't want a ton of different protocols, more than you need to at least. So you want to be able to kind of standardize on something.
And if they have a lot of devices that supports MQTT or have set up infrastructure for sending messages around the factory floor to a broker with MQTT, it's really easy for them to then just connect that to Clarify and have all that data directly streamed to the Clarify platform.
Which benefits do we see from MQTT support inside Clarify?
So for most of it, it's just a lower barrier to entry. So people can very easily get started. If you take one of the guides that we have for any kind of specific hardware MQTT support, it's typically the time it takes for you to kind of set up Clarify on your device and have data start flowing, anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour tops, which is just very, very low amount of effort that goes into it.
Why did Clarify develop MQTT support?
So basically we got requests from the Industry 4.0 community in Discord that we're a part of. And yeah, what we really try to do with Clarify is build a product that is both good for end customers, but also the engineers behind. So system integrators, automation engineers, we want them to have a good experience as well. So the question should rather be why not?
Yeah, firstly, it would be it's a request from a lot of customers, and then the amazing backend team here at Clarify, which just jumps up and makes this integration and makes it happen. So it's both the external people requesting it and the great team internally.
So now that Clarify has MQTT support, what's next?
So when we built MQTT support, we started out with some payloads. Going forward, we're going to add support for more. We've added Sparkplug on top of MQTT, which was a fairly complicated project initially. But now that we've added it in, it turns out to be super powerful. And now we're also looking at more ways to use streaming data. Because with MQTT, what you get is streaming data. So data streaming right into our platform. And we got all the basics, so metadata support, and we're streaming in time series data. But then the next question is, what can we do with that? So there's a lot of interesting stuff that you can do when you have devices streaming data right into your platform. So we can do things on processing the data, making it available for other softwares on top of ours that can both accept streaming data, but maybe more interestingly, software that can't work with streaming data natively, but needs to query it to get batches of data. So you can actually build a lot of things on top of Clarify, which I think is pretty cool.
What's the best protocol?
The best protocol?
Yes.
Oh, that's Modbus. So if you run Modbus over a serial line or something like that, that's the best. You can't beat that. Oh, that was a joke. MQTT that's the best.
What do you think is the best protocol?
Well, we're kind of leading into MQTT here, brother. I mean, I'll say this. There's a ton of different protocols that's best for a lot of different cases. For moving data from field devices to the cloud. Unless you've got a really good reason to do something else, I'd recommend starting up with MQTT and seeing if it works for you. There are cases where that's not the answer to everything, but it's a good bet if you don't have a specific reason to go elsewhere.
There's a follow-up question that is MQTT or OPC UA?
Oh, I've been working so much with OPC UA, so it's a hard question. I like both of them, but since MQTT is so lightweight, it's easy to throw on any device. I would say that because of the easy implementation and the lightweight protocol, MQTT wins.